Back at it again.
Nim Nim!
What's up, my Nimrods? It's Gage, and today I'm actually taking kind of a fan request, making it kind of a series, actually. It's going to be kind of the opposite of this Yu-Gi-Oh card was good. It's going to be really the polar opposite that, and it's going to be called Overhyped History, where I take an old card that was overhyped by the community and just kind of flopped on release, and just really, I don't know, it underperformed. I guess that's what the word I'm looking for is. I feel like I keep starting too many series, and I'm really not continuing with them. That's going to change. I'll get to it. Don't worry. You'll have another episode of Combo Gasm this week, and you'll have another episode of Dr. Deck after waiting half a century for it. Back to it. Overhyped cards. Number 74, Master of Blades. Bet you haven't heard that name in a while, which is totally understandable because this is a card that was severely overhyped and really flopped upon release. And I'm just going to share with you guys some of the history about it. Number 74, Master Blades, is a rank 7 Psychic XYZ monster effect with 2700 attack, 2300 defense, and it has the effect of, during either player's turn, when a card or effect is activated that targets this face-up card, you can detach one XYZ material from it, negate the activation. If you do, destroy that card. Then you can destroy one card on the field. This effect seems kind of really good, but to really understand why this card was overhyped, we have to take a look back at when it was first released, and that's in Number Hunters, which was a set released not too after Lord of the Tachyon Galaxy. If you don't know what was released in Lord of the Tachyon Galaxy, consider yourself very lucky. Lord of the Tachyon Galaxy was the benchmark set that marked a format that lasted almost a year, maybe a year and a half, and that was dominated by Dragon Rulers. Tachyon Galaxy was the hallmark set, having many cards in it that would significantly change the way of the game, being all the Dragon Rulers released in its Spellbook of Judgment, what also caused a format that was comprised of really two decks, and also we had Mecha Phantom Beast Draco Sack, which was the go-to rank 7 that format. We also have to remember that back in Galactic Overlord, which was several sets before Tachyon Galaxy, we had a card, number 11, Big Eye, released to us, which was also the second choice rank 7. Some people kind of bounced back and forth whether or not Draco Sack was better than Big Eye back then, but it's really up to your conjecture which one you think is better back then. I personally thought Big Eye was still the nut, but hey, some people will say otherwise. And Mecha Phantom Beast Draco Sack was a phenomenal rank 7 for the fact where it could produce its own tokens to keep itself alive, and back then there was not a lot of non-targeting removal. We didn't have Ignister back then to shuffle Draco Sack back in the deck, which is really its main problem now, as it's really easy to get around. We didn't have access to a lot of those back then. Really just soaking it up with Big Eye was probably the best play. But outside of those two rank 7s, we really didn't have too many options to go into for the Dragon Roller deck. There was like a number 7 Lucky Straight or something like that, which that card's pretty cool, but other than that, there was not a lot of options, and that's where this card, number 74 Master Blades, came in. It was an option. In a format where Dragon Rollers were still pretty much at their peak, this was a really cool card to get released at the time. 2700 attack means it was pretty much bigger than almost any of the other rank 7s attack-wise, plus a pretty awesome effect that would be able to just stick it on the board, and you couldn't pop it with the Draco Sack, or you couldn't steal it with the Big Eye. These were pretty cool things. However, the main problem with this card, and I still think it is now, it's not a very proactive advantage. You're not going to be getting the advantage immediately after you drop this card. You're pretty much dropping a 2700 vanilla beater and hoping people don't have a way to get around it, which is rather unfortunate because I thought this card was going to be really good, as did most of the rest of the community too. Unlike Draco Sack, which caused an immediate pop when it came out, plus it had its self-protection built into it, and unlike Big Eye, which could literally soak up any Draco Sack and create more tokens, these cards gave you advantage, really big board swings right away. The Master of Blades didn't really do that, and it made it really difficult to justify playing this card in scenarios where you could easily beat over it with the Blaster Dragon, or you could beat over it with, I think, Crimson Blader was actually bigger than this. You could beat over it with Crimson Blader and just stop your opponent's turn, and really this didn't have any way to kind of protect you or swing board advantage. You pretty much just wasted 2 Dragon Roars on a very useless rank 7 monster. Granted, a card like Crimson Blader could get over Big Eye really easily, or Draco Sack tokens super simply. The thing is that these cards, Draco Sack and Big Eye, they at least gave you something out of it when you summoned it. You weren't just sitting on a card that really gave you nothing, no benefit unless your opponent really stupidly plays into it. And overall, with all these factors combined, this card just really flopped upon release. It was an option to go into, but it was not a very popular option, as the other cards released to us, Draco Sack, Big Eye, that you could easily go into were just so much better. And that's really what led this card, number 74, Master of Blades, as well as the entire Number Hunter set, including card Box of Friends, was another really overhyped card that did absolutely nothing, to really be kind of pushed forward more than what it was. It was a really mediocre set, probably on par with that of Wing Raiders, which people will say is also a really shitty set in Yu-Gi-Oh! Was that the one people were saying are shitty? I don't know. However, there's one cool takeaway we can take from this, and that this artwork, it's pretty freaking cool.
That's all, folks.
Thanks for watching the video, guys. If you guys liked the video, be sure to like the video. Thumbs up how much best you enjoyed the video. Be sure to follow me on all my social medias. I'm going to start putting it at the beginning of the video if you didn't catch it. Ooh, it's more editing. Ooh. Pack winner, that's you. Shoot me a PM. Once I get enough, I'll ship them out. If you don't live in the US, do not shoot me a PM. I'm not going to ship it overseas. It's not cost effective. Sorry. That being said, I appreciate you guys watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Again, follow me on all social medias. I'm going to be updating a lot on those. And I will catch you guys next time. Probably tomorrow. Thanks for watching, guys. Nim Nim signing out.